Nestlings from Tangerine Games. There's your design and art team. 1 to 4 players, 10 and up, 30 to 60 minutes. I'm going to be careful throwing this one over. We do have the deluxe edition. Here's your contents. Example setup. Choose one of 8 bird species and compete in a diverse ecosystem to collect unique resources. Spread your wings and take flight. So again, very gentle, and you'll see why once I get this open for you. Alright, so I got this here open. We got us a rule book to start. There's all the thank yous. Here's all the contents and the AI mode, which you'll see me taking on soon. The setup. I will say that AI mode, you also do use part of it in a 2-player game. How to win, gameplay, feeding phase, biome segments, scoring VP from nest goals, using resources, end of round phase, end of game, the variant modes, so here's your solo mode, and how all of that plays, scoring, the 2-player mode, a 3-player mode, and a family mode. Tangerine Games thanks. And then here is the different types of birds. And then an iconography reference, a round sequence, end of game scoring, end of round scoring, etc. And then here are all of the names of backers. And can I get focused here? Where is it at? Right there, you should be able to see one of our names. Alright, so that is that. Next up, you have the main board. Let me get that open here for you. So here is the main board with your little cutouts where the dice goes, your grasslands. You'll notice here you have the different species that you're going to be seeing on the wood discs. And then if you flip it over, it's actually got a different drawing. You don't have as many species and stuff on it. So that was the main board. This is one of the AI boards. This is another one of the AI boards. This is, this is the Nest Goals board. I was thinking it was a different board. My apologies. I have that other board, I think, buried in here. So you have these little bags. Let me get to those here in a minute. You have your little discard bag. These are flat bottoms, so they stand up, like so. You have 4 player trays. So let me pull out green, and then we'll pull out this tray for me to show you that. And we'll pull out that tray for me to show you that. This is the other solo board I was thinking of. This dictates what they're going to take from the different biomes. You have your player boards. These are triple layered. You have double layer on this side, double layer on this side. So this is your advanced side. Yeah, you see spots for these tiles go there. Your bird miniature will go there. This talks about end game scoring right down here. These trigger when you fill it up. I'll get into that when I get into how to play. This is your bird energy. That shows you your biome that you start with. And then this is the easier side where it's easier to get these. You're not scoring for the biome tiles, etc. So you have the 4 different colors of that. So here is your player tray. So we do have the bird meeples. We gave those to the youth. They're big in the birds. So instead we have the bird miniatures with these. So there's the green one. And then if you pop this off, and that way you can set this next to your board so you can use those. You have your scoring tokens and your energy tokens. So those are the 2 different green birds. And then you have these beautiful marbly looking dice. So these have a blank side, 1 side for each of the 4 biomes, and then a double for yours. So this is green, so it's got a double tree. Although to me that kind of looks more like a lightning cloud. But I digress. So each player has this in their player colors. You'll see right there. So I'll show you those minis and that mini. And then this just pops right back in and goes in there. Alright, this tray here is being annoying to open. Alright, there we go. So these are your point tokens. You have 3s, 1s, 5s, and 10s. And then right here are little bonus tokens for the nest goals. So they are 3 points if you don't use them. Otherwise you have a variety of powers on this side, like so. So there are those tokens. Let's go with these cards and then I'm going to make a big old mess. So here is your first player marker. Here's the biome priority tracker, I believe. The biome, it basically shows you which biome you're presently going to use as the first one. Get in here. You have your player aids with your iconography reference and your round sequence. 4 of those. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. You have your nest goals, so there's A's and B's. You use 3 A's and 1 B. So go through these really quick. Boop, boop, and boop. And now you have your B's. And now this is the season events deck that came in here. I'm just going to kind of show you an example. These have gale force winds, so if you look at the other side, you have winter, spring, summer, fall. You're going to randomly choose one for each season and trigger them throughout the game. So that's those. This deck, sorry, those aren't nest goals. Nest goals are your own personal ones. I do not fully remember what those other ones are called at the present moment. Let's see if we can figure this out. Once resources have been gathered from each biome. Yeah, it doesn't say on here. Yeah, well, you'll figure it out. It's in the rule book. I don't need all the terminology. You get what I'm saying. Here's the nest goals, because it says it on there. These are ones you're trying to get as you are playing, and depending on what round is the first time you get it, is how many points you get. And there we go. Alright, so these are basically the AI priority cards that when they go to certain biomes, you're going to flip one of these over, and that's the one that they're going to initially take. If it's not there, you're going to keep flipping until you get it. Alright, anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's get to these bags. So you have the alpine, you have the forest, you have the desert, and you have the water. So as you can see, they are full of wood discs. So let's go and let's just grab a handful instead of pouring them out on the table. So you'll see nice big thick wood discs that denote stuff that lives in those biomes. So there's some of those. Let's see if I can grab the worm in this one. Then each one does have a worm that is a wild one, and as you can see, it's got a little colored icon, so you make sure you have one in each bag. And then we'll grab some yellow discs. And finally, some blue discs. Alright, so that is what's inside of Nestlings. Let me go ahead and show you how it plays. Alright, we are set up for a 2-player game of Nestlings. Each player will get a board in their choice of color. They'll grab 6 dice. If you have the special edition, you'll have the bird miniature. Otherwise, you'll grab one of the 2 meeples and put it here. You're going to put one of your dice up there, grabbing 5. You'll put your bird disc there for your bird energy. You'll set one over here by these goals to possibly go up the track as you score points. You're then also going to have your biome wedges here next to your board. Because it's a 2-player game, you're also going to be setting up the AI boards right here and grabbing a separate color of dice for them. You're going to have the 4 biome bags nearby. You are going to have the discard bag nearby. You will use this to determine first player. You will put those in. You'll shuffle up. You'll reach in. You'll grab one. They'll be the first player. And then you can put the scoring disc back over here by the gathering goals. Again, leaving this nearby. Then whoever the first player is, he'll put this biome tracker token in the biome matching their board. You'll also have the victory points nearby. To set up for a round, you're going to populate each biome with different resource types equal to the number of players plus 1. The AI counts as a player, so this is in essence a 3-player game, so you want 4 unique types. So we start with the desert. We draw. So this is a double, so we're just going to put that, and we're going to continue drawing until we have 4 unique types. There we go. If I would have drawn a third cactus, that would get set aside. At most, you can have 2. You're going to repeat this for all of the biomes. You are then ready to begin the round. Now that everything's populated, you are going to take your dice and you are going to roll them. And that prepares you for the rest of the round. Now, in turn order, you're going to place one of your dice into one of the biomes, and then the other player, and then the AI will go. Before you place a die, you can optionally choose to re-roll the dice. If you're not happy with that roll, you can then spend a bird energy to change one die to any face or re-roll any number of die again. You can do this a total of 3 times per game, but it does cost you a point every time you do it, because you're going to be getting these points at the end of the game. So, say I'm happy with this. I put one of my die in the savannah. It's going to be the leftmost available spot. If you're the first one, it goes under the arrow. Then we'll say my opponent goes and they put one in the alpine. Now, when the AI goes, you roll their die and they'll place that die to where it is rolled. Then it comes back to me. We're going to go like this until all the dice are placed. If I go to put a second die in the savannah, I will stack it on top. The other option is I can place dice in the grasslands. Blank dice have to go in the grasslands. Otherwise, you can put any other die in the grasslands you want. One other option when placing out onto the board is you can expend 2 dice to take your meeple or miniature and place it on the board to lay claim to a token type. You cannot do it where someone has already placed a bird. You cannot do it where you have dice. So I could, in essence, do that, and I'd place my bird there. That means I am for sure getting those cactuses, but I can no longer put dice here either. The AI can never stack more than 2 dice. If it would have stacked, if it had 2 dice here, and it rolled another savannah, that would instead go to the grassland. If the grassland had 2 and they needed to place 1, and the grassland's full, then you'll just re-roll until they get another location. When you have 1 die left, you can choose to pass, and if you pass, you will then grab your extra die and be rolling 6 dice in the next round. Once everyone has placed dice, you are going to start where the biome tracker is, and then you're going to find biome priority order. Biome priority order is a top-down, left to right. So you're going to first see who has the most dice. If there is a tie, it's going to go from left to right. So in this instance, the AI would be selecting first. When the AI selects, you're going to look at the biome you're in this case the savannah. You're going to flip over a card. So they are going to take a snail, and you place it on their first one. Whoever has initial priority in the biome order will then also discard one of these. So again, you go to their deck and they discard the grasshopper. It's not there. They discard the lizard. These lizards go back to the bag. They take their dice back, and I would now resolve mine, taking one of them that is left. We'll take the berries. When you take a token, you're going to find the matching biome wedge, and you're going to put it into your biome wheel like so. If the tokens you take are for your specific biome, you have 2 options. You can put them under your board to use for various other means, or you can feed them to one of your nestlings. You don't have to do them left to right. You can put however you want. So we'll put mine right there. I'll explain this when we get to end of round scoring. The other thing you will check when you're grabbing your tokens is seeing if you can fulfill one of these gathering goals. With the gathering goals, you can only ever move bottom to top. If you skip a level, you cannot come back down. This first one wants 3 of a kind. If I had 3 of a kind, I'd have to go to somewhere that does not have a player's token. And if there's a bonus token, I can take it to do it later. So say I had 3 of a kind. I'd put myself there. I'd take this token. I would then come into this little tray and grab 7 victory points. The other thing you're looking for as you're grabbing these tokens is you're going to be looking at your nest goals. This one wants me to grab berries. This actually is a misprint card, so ignore the symbology. This is supposed to be one of the things from the alpine biome. But so say this snail was those berries, I would then grab 3 points, and I'd put it on top of it on this card to know that I have claimed that. If you get it in the second round, you only get 2 points. In the third round, 1. No points if you wait till the fourth round to get it. Once you've gone around the 4 biomes, you are then going to trigger the grasslands. Whoever's in priority order in the grasslands gets the first player marker, and then they will grab food from whatever is left around the board. So if these had been taken, and those have been taken, and maybe just one person went there, this is what you would have left to choose from. Whoever chooses first does not discard anything as they do with the other 4 biomes. So in this instance, they would grab this one, and then whoever was left would grab the other ones. After every biome, including the grasslands, has been resolved, you're going to go to end of round scoring. You're going to get 2 points for every nestling you feed, and then you're going to look under the board. This has the green symbol. You're then going to get 1 point for every biome wedge that is in that section, so I would be getting 3 points. The other thing I'll mention with these biome wedges is you'll see icons at the end of each section. When you fill up this section with all 5, you'll trigger one of the 2 icons, and they all do various things. This is, you give a player 3 points, and then you take one of their tokens of your choice. This is, you get to choose one biome wedge and put it in there. In this one, you are going to be able to take any food underneath and move it up into a nestling. This one is, you're going to grab 2 from any biome bag, keep 1, put the other one back in the bag. After you've done all the scoring, any tokens you fed to your nestling go to the discard bag, as well as any tokens when you use for those will go to the discard bag as well. You're going to clear the board of anything that was not taken throughout the round. The biome marker will move, and then you'll start the next round. You are going to play over 4 rounds. At the end of the 4th round, you're going to go into end game scoring. Your end game scoring is any previously gotten victory point tokens. Whatever victory point tokens you have left from your bird energy track. You're going to get 12 victory points if you completely filled your biome wheel. You're going to gain 3 victory points if you currently have the first player marker. You are going to get 3 victory points for each unused gathering goal bonus that is depicted on the back. You're then going to gain victory points for each set of 3 unique biome markers. So that would be 3 points. You're going to get 2 points per wedge in your least filled biome section. If there's a tie, then you just choose either one, but you would not add them together. So if I had 3, 3, 4, and 5, it'd be 3, so 6 points. Add up all of your points, most points wins. So that is the basics on how to play Nestlings. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.